Now we're going to look at compound inequalities. These are a little bit different than your regular inequalities, but they're solved in a very similar way. With your compound inequalities, you will see two different inequalities, and they're going to be joined by either an or statement or an and statement. An and statement means that you are going to combine those inequalities together into one statement. Your or means that it's going to stay apart. It's going to satisfy both things at the same time. So we'll look at an example of both. This takes you through the steps. So isolate the variable in both equation. If or, write it as two separate. If and, write as one inequality. And for our final step, we're going to draw a number line and check to see if the answer we got makes sense and is true. So on this one, I have negative x plus 14 is greater than or equal to 60, or negative 4 plus 50 is less than 58. So I'm going to start by solving for x on both of these equations. So I'll subtract 14. (60 minus 14 is 46. I'll divide by negative 8. I have 46 over 8, or over negative 8. This reduces down. I can divide both of these by 2, and I get negative 23 over 4. So x is greater than or equal to negative 20. Oh, I forgot to do something. We divided by a negative number. We divided by negative 8 on both sides. So that inequality is going to have to flip. So it should be x is less than or equal to negative 23 over 4 because we divided both of these by negative 8. Thank goodness I made that mistake so that you can see how I would have gotten it wrong if I had not been careful with my work. Now looking at the other statement. I'm going to start by subtracting 50. This gives me negative 4x is less than 8. I'm dividing by a negative again, so my sign flips, and I get x is greater than 8. Since it's an or, these two statements are gonna stay separate. However, I am going to evaluate my work on a number line. So I always throw my fractions into my calculator before I do a number line just to get an idea where they are. And negative 23 over 4 is the same as negative 5.75. So I have values going from negative 5.75 to above positive 8. So I'm going to go ahead and draw out a number line that represents all those values. And like always, I made my number line way too short. Should have counted by 2s or something. What a mistake. Y'all can all make fun of me at home for this. Okay, so now that I have my number line, I see that x is less than or equal to negative 23 over 4, represents something around here and all the way behind it. X is greater than 8 would start at 8, open circle, because there's no line underneath. That's a little algebra 1 for you. And it represents all that's ahead of it. I see that this is possible. There's no overlap at all. My statements are correct. They're both mutually true. That's how I know I'm done.